Hey Metal VC, this is Spencer, Surface Noise Vinyl, back. Finally going to do a room tour video, but first I just want to thank all my new subscribers. Ever since I did that response video to Callan's channel, I've had a whole bunch of new subscribers, and that's awesome. So thanks very much for watching, and yeah, I hope to maybe do a little contest if I can hit 200 subscribers. So almost there. Yeah, 200 subscribers, and I'll think of a contest to do. I'm not quite sure what I'll do yet, but I'll come up with something. So anyway, yeah, now I'm going to show my room. Here it is. So a little bit about this space before I start. This is a room in my basement. My wife and I recently decided to semi-finish our basement. So we turned one big unfinished space into two finished rooms. So it included drywall, insulation, new recessed LED lights, some new windows, a new door, new flooring, kind of the whole works. So it's not quite finished yet. We still have a few finishing touches to do, but my room is finished. So yeah, I'm over the moon with it. Really made this space feel like my own. Yeah, so first of all, I'll show off probably the most important thing in the room. So this is my record bin. It holds maybe 500-600 records when it's completely full. It's not quite completely full at the moment. As you can see, this is a bin from a record store. I actually was lucky enough to get it free of charge from a local shop that wasn't closing or anything. They were just kind of renovating, and they got rid of some of their old bins. So they said, if you can carry it, you can have it. It does weigh a ton, and it is not fun moving, let me tell you. But I think it's cool. It's awesome to be able to flip through records. I recently made these dividers. So as you can see, all I did for the logos of the bands was I just printed off logos that I found in Google Images, and then I taped them to the so yeah, as you can see, I just printed them out, then taped them to the card, and then I stuck some cardboard on the bottom so they would sit up above the other records in the bin. And these are all basically just, you know, my favorites. Yeah, for the most part, it's just favorite bands that got the sleeve treatment, or the card and sticker treatment. So yeah, if we pan to the left, to the right, the door that was behind me in the first shot there, that was just a laundry room, furnace room. So here's my computer editing center, and some older DVDs and CDs that I don't really listen to that much. There's some posters on the wall there. So that painting you're looking at is an original painting by a fantasy artist named Gene Day, who was mostly active in the 70s. He passed away quite some time ago, but yeah, that is an awesome thing to have, an original painting by a Canadian artist. Very cool. So this is my editing setup. It's just an older iMac, and I do also have a MacBook Pro. It's actually a work computer, but yeah, and here's some CDs. My CDs used to be in alphabetical order, and then when I renovated the room, I had to box everything up, and then I got lazy and just kind of threw everything back on the shelf. So they are not really in alphabetical order, but I still know where most things are. Someday maybe I'll re-alphabetize them. So the CDs in these two shelves are some metal and punk and alternative mostly, with some other rock stuff probably thrown in. Right next to the computer setup is my electronic drum kit. This is a Roland TD-17. Yeah, it's good. It's good just for practicing songs. You know, I try to play a little bit every day. I usually get close to a half an hour a day in. I do play in a band, but we're not really that active yet. We haven't been together all that long, so yeah, and we're all old dudes, so it's mostly just to keep our chops up and have some fun and jam, and maybe we will eventually record and start playing shows. That'd be the ultimate goal, I guess. Okay, so on this black CD shelf, holds maybe 300 CDs. This is the bulk of my metal CD collection. So, black, death, post-metal, a little bit of thrash. I mean, a little bit of everything, really. Some hardcore in there too. I will at some point maybe go through and do a CD, you know, show off my CDs. I know that's kind of a popular topic. A lot of people do that, and I do have some fairly uncommon CDs, some kind of hard to find stuff, some pretty interesting stuff, so it might be cool to show that off at some point. Below my CDs there are my tapes, and I don't have a lot of tapes because I'm not a huge fan of tapes. I had a lot more and I sold a bunch of them. Tapes can just be a pain in the ass. They break easily. A lot of them don't sound that great in my opinion, and yeah, just a pain in the ass. But I do have some cool tapes, so, and tapes are cool. I will admit to that. It just, you know, they can be problematic. So, but yeah, I'll show off a couple of cool ones here. So, one of my favorite bands, doom metal bands, is Cathedral, and I was lucky to find some original Cathedral EPs. This is Soul Sacrifice. Hopkins the Witchfinder General. Sorry, Hopkins the Witchfinder General. This is the Carnival Bazaar. I believe these are all original tapes. This is on Earache. And the Forest of Equilibrium. I've been trying to find this one on vinyl, and I haven't been able to find it for a decent price, so this cassette will have to do me for now, but I'm scared to listen to it too much because I don't want to ruin it, so. And just a few other cool tapes. Atrophy, Socialized Hate, Great Old Thrash. This is on Road Racer. One of my favorite albums of all time, Voivod Nothing Face. I do own, this is one of the few albums that I own on every format. Megadeth Peace Cells. This is on Combat 86. That's cool. Guar with Scumdogs of the Universe. This one's looking a little worn. Master Records from 1990, but it's distributed by Warner. And then lastly, this is a Bathory Yellow Goat. Yeah, this is obviously a bootleg. There's a yellow tape there, but this is cool. It's fun. Yeah, so there are some of my cooler tapes. But yeah, I've got some local stuff, and I think I have one that I played on, actually. Is this it? Yes. This is an old punk band I was in called Led by Regret. Actually, we're more of a kind of post-hardcore, you know, vegan straight edge kind of thing. Anyway, yeah. Yeah, so those are my tapes. Like I said, maybe I will do kind of a more in-depth look into the tapes at some point. And if you can find these things at thrift stores, these little Lazy Susan type tape holders, these are awesome. I only have the one, but I found this at a local thrift store as well. So anyway, yeah, so tapes sit there. Then next to the tapes we have, first of all, on the wall, this is one of my good friends gave me this for my birthday a couple years ago. This is an original full-page newspaper ad for Dawn of the Dead. It was in, just a newspaper ad. Anyway, it's raving about how awesome this movie is and how great it's going to be. I think it's going to be one of the biggest cult blockbusters of all time. Well, yeah, I think it was. Yeah, that's just a super cool thing to have. I got that framed. And then above that, I'm a huge Hellboy fan. And that is issue 1 of Seed of Destruction, which was one of the, if not the first, story of Hellboy. I'm not sure if it's the actual first comic that was put out or not, but it's one of the first anyway. Anyway, yeah, that is super cool. I got that at a local comic book shop. And then right next to that, yeah, just an Iron Maiden flag sitting there. Doesn't look so hot, so might need to move that. And then below that is my TV mounted on the wall, and then below the TV is my main stereo setup. So I'm not going to go into detail about my stereo in this video. You can check out my Can Metalheads Be Audiophiles video for a more detailed description of my stereo and all the components. But there it is, playing Enslaved's Vertebrae at the moment. And these are just some new or recently played CDs that I just kind of sit here, and this is a cool little, it's a cool way to display the CDs, and you can actually flip through them. So it's easy to look for something, pick it out, go, oh yeah, I need to listen to that Incantation CD. On the wall next to the stereo, if we pan out here, you can see tons of books and comics, graphic novels, and the odd toy thrown in there. So we've got metal books, biographies, lots of horror novels, more graphic novels, comic books, and other books at the bottom. Stephen King mostly on the top there. Some other biographies, music books, mostly music books and some photography books there, and more graphic novels. Okay, so speakers. If we pan down there, you can see there's another little stack of vinyl. That's just stuff that I've been listening to regularly or recently, or that's new. I haven't filed it away yet. So some Sabbath, some Dio, Thorns, Halloween, New Dark Throne, Venom Prison. Yeah, a bunch of stuff. And some older stuff in there. So right next to that, which is in between my speakers, I just got this little table set up. Mostly just a bunch of junk on it at the moment, but lots of record cleaning supplies in the drawer, my spin clean, some canned air and cleaning fluid, and rags or lint-free cloths that I use to clean records. And then right above that, more CDs. So this is most of my horror collection of DVDs. I did have more. I recently sold off a bunch of stuff because it was just kind of overwhelming, and to be honest, I don't pick up DVDs all that often. I'll go through phases where I might go through them, but yeah, I don't listen to a lot of DVDs anymore, or watch a lot of DVDs anymore. Mostly just streams. So, and then next to that is next to the DVDs is a Kallax IKEA shelf with some toys on top there, and then more records and some music magazines, some books on the bottom there. So next to that is my the bulk of my toy collection. I've got some old Godzilla and the Pan Down. We've got my He-Man collection. David Bowie looking on. He-Man, She-Ra. And more He-Man. And some Ghostbusters down at the bottom. I am a big 80s kid. He-Man was my favorite cartoon when I was a kid growing up. So I decided to get into collecting He-Man figures as an adult. And then that door there just goes to my wife's art studio room. So that's pretty much going to do it for my room. I hope you enjoyed it. And yeah, this is where I shoot all my videos and listen to music pretty much every day. I try to get down here at least a little bit. Yeah, so any questions, comments, please leave them down below. Look forward to reading them and talking to you guys. Okay, thanks guys. See you soon.